So let me give a quick shout out to obviously all the Zeta Eta guys and my brethren and a few of my pledge brothers that are here. The experiences that I've had at East Texas State and Civic High have forever changed the trajectory of my life and potentially my kids and even grandkids. Actually, it's even amazing that I'm here and that I didn't get put in jail somewhere. I was a boy from a broken home and had to fend for myself at an early age. And even though my grandma says it was because of her prayers, and probably a lot of it was because several coaches and mentors, as well as faith and military experience, that would help direct me in my past as I reached certain crucial forks in the road. I was the first in my family to even go to college. Luckily, Coach Matthews, the UT basketball coach at the time, saw an athletic kid with potential from East Texas and offered me a scholarship to play basketball. After coming on campus, I joined several academic and social organizations, including Civic High, and was involved in student government. I also met a beautiful young Kyle Mega who became my future wife. I continue to be blessed through this important phase of life to have met a few good friends. When I first got to ET, when we went to some orientations, and actually one of Dean's here, he was actually my orientation leader, whoever Dean is. These new friends and I went to several rush parties, one of which was Civic High. And I didn't know at the moment that Civic High would fit perfectly into what I desired from a fraternity. We had a group of 18 pledge brothers that were collectively challenged mentally and physically, even though we're not supposed to talk about that today, to bond together and create some lifelong friendships. On top of that, to add in the depth, the principles and standards of Civic High and what it represents as unique in the world. After I was initiated, I've since come to understand the depth of connections with Civic High and the Christian faith and other old world secret societies. These connections and background was why the founders started the fraternity, and this only strengthens my bond with my pledge brothers and today with the Civic High brothers around the world. I had a desire to serve my country, and so after college I joined the U.S. Navy in the capacity of naval intelligence and specialized in the Russian language. I had some incredible experiences and learned a lot about myself. My wife will tell you that I went into the military as a boy and came out a man. The Cold War ended in the early 1990s, and the government decided to reduce the U.S. military. I was caught up in this reduction along with thousands and thousands of others. These highly qualified individuals filled up the top government jobs, so I was unable to procure the opportunities that I was looking for. After my dreams of being the next Jason Bourne were dashed, and just a side note, the movie hadn't even been thought of at that point, I fell back on my East Texas degree, which was in marketing. Those were the only professors that would put up with me. And it took up some sales positions and learned that with hard work I could be successful. I worked hard to hone my skills, and after a few jobs I learned that I could actually manage and own a business, not several businesses and sold like Joe over there, but I started Trend HR in 1997. The traits that I learned from my prior experiences and perseverance led to this moment in life and prepared me for the next phase of life in business and the capacity for incredible success. Trend HR was continually over a 10-year period one of the fastest growing companies in America, as shown by Inc. 5000, and received several other local and national awards. Trend HR helps small and medium-sized companies operate like a Fortune 500 company by utilizing the advantage of combining hundreds of companies' employees and therefore combining processes and buying power into one large vendor. Trend HR's PEO program operates like an off-site human resource department for its clients, one of which is actually your next speaker, the rail system. They're actually been a client of ours for a couple of years. Trend HR comes alongside the company's HR department to help administer human resource functions such as procuring and managing employee benefits, insurance, payroll, taxes, and numerous other employee-related services. All these services are provided through economies of scale at tremendous cost savings compared to the expense of self-administering such programs. To simplify, Trend HR is a lot like Costco. You can get bulk savings from employee benefits like health insurance, workers' comp, as well as employee software programs for a fee. These products and our HR expertise can literally save hundreds of thousands of dollars in governmental and employee litigation for issues that the small business owner may not even be aware of. Trend has now been in business for over 20 years with some awesome clients. We even have some Civic Highs that are here as employees. Today, and any time that you've been around that long, there are high and low points, and you should take note of those, and you should expand and repeat, if possible, the high notes and learn from and hopefully not repeat the low ones. Sorry, I'm one-handed here. As a young man, I thought if you did well in business, life would work itself out. What I found out is the bigger the business has grown, the bigger the potential problems that have arisen. As an example, in 2014, I had several events that affect this phase of my life. I was in the process of finishing Trent Tower, which is a beautiful 7-story office tower if you guys ever cross the lake on Lake Ray Hubbard. I found out at that same time that we were finishing that up that my mom had breast cancer and was going to pass away. At the same time, I was trying to grow the Trent companies and raise a family. At that time, I had a right-hand man who had grown to trust over 10 years and therefore had to handle all my financial affairs. That man in 2014 stole $2.5 million of payroll tax dollars. This issue created a shortfall of cash and took 2 years of sleepless nights and therefore, in the end, had to reorganize a couple companies. Today, however, Trent is growing and this man's in prison. I bring up this shortfall to say that no matter your age and place of life, there are always going to be setbacks, personal and professional. These challenges will continue to shape and mold your character into something your family and friends will or will not be proud of. In the military, we call this standing fast and holding the line. When you make a mistake, swallow your pride and correct as soon as possible, even if it means to apologize. So to tie all this together, I'd like to share 3 pieces of advice. The first is never, never, never quit. There's so many times in my life, and even the last few years, that it would have been easy to quit. However, my biggest regrets in life have been when I quit. One of my favorite quotes is from Alfred Lord Tennyson that states, "It's better to have tried and failed at life than wondering what would have happened if I wouldn't have tried." The trials of my early life in sports prepared me for the military, and today these experiences continue to shape my life. For an average student to become fluent in Russian and learn the military armory in less than a year was a daunting task, but in the military there is not a word called failure. Secondly is always keep moving forward. This goes hand in hand with never quitting. I literally learned this while in the Navy and while training with some of the most incredible people in the world, the U.S. Navy SEALs. When I was running down the beach and being yelled at by an instructor to keep going, I learned to just keep one foot in front of the other. After a short time, you realize you just ran a mile, then another mile, and then actually accomplishing your task. And the third is faith or lack thereof dictates whether your life has meaning or not. There have been so many times when I couldn't take it anymore, and without the proper foundation of faith, I know that there was no chance of me being the man, the father, the boss, and the mentor I am today, without regularly reaching out to a higher power than myself. There's no way that I would have guessed at a young age that my journey would have gone in such a different direction. Faith that it all turn out okay is crucial in such a chaotic and fast-changing world. Each of you will have to walk your own path, but I believe and give you that challenge to take that step if you haven't already. These 3 traits are crucial whether you're a young brother in Semikai or if you're in your later stages when you can impart your wealth of experience to the next generation. In closing, it is still true that each of us is called to finish the race, and so then when you get to the end and you go down to the dark water of death and the chill water dampens your feet, you may be able to say, looking over your past life, I fought the good fight, I finished the work, the white cross of Semikai has gained new luster by your life.